Imagine standing at the edge of a pit, hearing the low growls and rumbling breaths of lions echoing up from the darkness below. You're surrounded by guards, their hands gripping your arms tightly, forcing you closer to the edge. You glance back, hoping for mercy, but you see only faces hardened with duty, eyes cold with judgment. Above them all stands the king, a man who once called you a friend, a trusted advisor, but who is now powerless to stop what's about to happen. Today, we're stepping into one of the most gripping tales of courage and faith, Daniel in the lion's den. This isn't just a story, it's a test of unshakable faith, a confrontation between belief and fear, and a reminder of the power that can come from trusting something greater than ourselves. Let's dive into the story of Daniel, a man of integrity in a land of idols, a high-ranking official in the ancient kingdom of Babylon. Under King Darius, Daniel had gained influence and respect through his loyalty, his wisdom, and his dedication to his faith. But with that respect came envy. Daniel's peers, jealous of his success and influence, could not stand that an outsider, a man who held firm to his beliefs and refused to bow to the customs of Babylon, had achieved so much power. They sought a way to bring him down, to strip him of his title, his reputation, and even his life. In their desperation, they devised a devious plan, one that preyed upon Daniel's strongest trait, his faith. These officials went to King Darius and proposed a new law, a law they knew Daniel could not obey. For 30 days, they suggested, no one in the kingdom should pray to any god or man except the king himself. A decree that would elevate Darius above all, cementing his authority as the supreme figure of worship in Babylon. The penalty for disobedience? Death by lions. King Darius, flattered by the idea and unaware of the trap his advisors were setting for Daniel, signed the decree into law. The officials knew they had Daniel cornered. They knew he would not compromise his beliefs, even in the face of death. And so, in his private room, Daniel did what he had always done. He knelt by his window 3 times a day, facing Jerusalem, lifting his voice to God in prayer. He didn't hide, he didn't alter his routine, and he didn't let fear dictate his actions. To him, his loyalty to God was unbreakable, worth any cost. And as expected, the officials wasted no time. They burst into Daniel's chamber, caught him praying, and brought him before the king. King Darius was devastated. He had been tricked, manipulated into condemning his friend, a man he respected and admired. Yet, bound by the unchangeable law of the Medes and Persians, he could not revoke his decree. The punishment had to be carried out. With a heavy heart, the king gave the order. Daniel was taken to the den, the place of execution, and the massive stone was rolled over the entrance to seal his fate. Can you imagine the fear Daniel must have felt in that moment? Being led into the den, hearing the snarls of the lions, smelling the scent of blood in the air. But if he felt fear, he showed none. He stood firm, his faith unshaken, his trust unwavering. He knew that he was not alone in that den. He knew that the God he had trusted his whole life was with him, even in this dark, terrifying place. The night fell, and silence descended on the den. Outside, King Darius could not sleep. The thought of Daniel, his friend, facing such a horrific end because of his own careless decree weighed heavily on him. He spent the night in sorrow, unable to eat, unable to find rest. As dawn broke, the king rushed to the den, his heart pounding with both hope and fear. He called out, his voice breaking, Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God been able to rescue you from the lions? And then, from within the den, a voice answered. Daniel, alive, unharmed, declared, "My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me because I was found innocent in his sight, nor have I done any wrong before you, O king." Against all odds, Daniel emerged from the lion's den without a scratch, untouched, unharmed. His faith had delivered him from what seemed like certain death. The king was overjoyed, and he immediately issued a new decree, one that honored the God of Daniel, declaring him the living God whose kingdom will not be destroyed and whose dominion will never end. The tables had turned. Those who had plotted against Daniel were themselves thrown into the den, meeting the very fate they had planned for him. And Daniel's faith was vindicated, his courage and trust in God becoming a beacon to the entire kingdom. The story of Daniel in the lion's den isn't just a tale of survival. It's a testament to the power of unwavering faith, a story of courage in the face of impossible odds, and a reminder that true strength lies in trust. In our lives, we all face lions in some form. Fears, doubts, trials, or even people who might try to tear us down. But Daniel's story reminds us that when we place our trust in something greater, we can face our lions without fear. So, what about you? How has faith, or the belief in something greater, helped you through your own challenges? Let's talk about it in the comments. And if you found inspiration in this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales of courage, resilience, and unshakable faith.